Hinne kasi ka jingalang jong ka AITC Meghalayan kablawan banshim bantaru daw National General Secretary but MP ka seng Abhishek Banerjee President ka AITC Meghalayan ba Charles Pingrop unong yalam kalyang persyaw Dr. Mukul Sangma ba pagkiwi diki MLA ban MDC ka seng haringkar ka jingwan shimbanta shirham jong kinong kersyan jong kani ka seng san pertai ha ususu tham auditorium Shillong abakrensi di court bat kinong kersyan jong seng Abhishek lakan thating ya ka jingbam liatrikam ka sarkar Kaba menta pada ke sarkar Kongres Hakisnam ki belada bahak por pa ka synshar ka ribat hak jela wa bishi wa takaran ru halor ki kam bam sap ki belaja hak jela hak babun kitna jok sarkar jela ka pelong so prung pat upaj ba balui lui laju ong ba ka Meghalayan ka de ka khet ulo an re menta pat ka kala kam bam sap jong ka BJP bat ka NPP ong Abhishek.
Although elections are 6 months apart, but come what may, we have the people's love and affection, and in democracy, people say the last word, not the ruler. So the kind of love and affection that we have experienced in today's meeting, I am overjoyed with your love and support. And as you know, a strong opposition is the need of the hour to keep the current incumbent, and for that matter, any incumbent in check. And to make sure that the party which was voted to power way back in 2018 is performing its duties remaining within the ambit of constitution and is delivering on its promises made before the electoral process. The NPP government, on the other hand, has completely ignored the state, interest of the people residing in the state, and has been a mere proxy and a puppet in the hands of BJP. Meghalaya is a land of possibilities. As Mr. Pingrove was rightly saying, the abode of clouds has become the heaven for corrupt. We have to change that. Meghalaya will not bow down before Gujarat and Delhi. Meghalaya will not compromise on its self-respect. Meghalaya will not be cowed down by threats from Delhi and Madhya Pradesh. Every Meghalayan will live his life with utmost respect, dignity. You see Meghalaya's geographical position. Meghalaya is located in the northeastern part of the country. And as per Indian Vedas and Vastus, Northeast is the most auspicious place. Northeast is the place of worship. Northeast is the place of God. Northeast is a space of spirituality. So why will Northeast be ignored time and again? Whether it's the Congress when they were in the power at the center or it's BJP, has always ignored Meghalaya. Now why Trinamool Congress is different? And why Trinamool Congress is the only party which is taking BJP head on? You have seen the results of Bengal. BJP put its entire might, vigor and strength. Every day people from Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, rather the big top brass and the honchos of BJP were traveling back and forth, and the entire BJP juggernaut was at work to oust Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress from West Bengal. But Trinamool Congress is the only party who showed them their place, who showed Amit Shah his place, who showed every BJP leader, including the BJP national president, his place. We know how to take on you. We know how to take on you head on. And trust you me when I say this. When Trinamool Congress has entered Meghalaya, Dr. Sangma, Mr. Pingrove, and every MLA, when they decided that we have the fire in our belly and we want to take on the NPP government, and we don't have the platform, they all came to Trinamool Congress. Trinamool Congress is just the platform. I assure you that in the 6 months when you have a new government in place, Meghalaya will rule Meghalaya. Bengal will not rule Meghalaya. Can any BJP leader will have the guts? I challenge them on record. You have live cameras here. Will any BJP leader in the country have the guts to come into the soil of Meghalaya, hold a meeting in this very particular place, and address the crowd and say it or put it on record that Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Delhi will have no role to play in the life of Meghalayans? I am putting this on record. Khasi will be ruled by Khasi, Garo will be ruled by Garo, Jaintia will be ruled by Jaintia, Meghalaya will be ruled by Meghalaya. This is my commitment, this is Trinamool Congress commitment to you. People sitting here are not alien to the state. They come from this very soil. Mr. Pingrop is son of the soil. Dr. Sangma is son of the soil. Every MDCs, conveners, MLAs, member of the Legislative Assembly is a son of the soil. They will work for you, and Trinamool Congress is just the platform. You should be happy to know there are 1700 political parties in the country, not 1 or 2 or 5. 1700. And all the opposition parties are being chased by central investigation agencies just because they are not surrendering to BJP's whims, fancies and desire. Every opposition party in the country are being hounded by agencies like CBI and ED. We are also being hounded. I have been interrogated so many times. I have been called to Delhi. I have been summoned for hours. But the only difference between Trinamool Congress and other political parties are when you call Trinamool for an investigation and when you make sure that the CBI is being put behind a particular person on Trinamool Congress, we are doubly determined and resolutely firm in our fight against the autocratic forces. We will make sure that the more CBI chases us, the more ED chases us, the more our workers will hit the ground and make sure Meghalaya and every BJP ruled state in the country for that matter is freed from BJP's autocratic rule. Trinamool Congress is the only party that has defeated BJP with such an overwhelming mandate. We are the only party who took them head on and showed them their place. Now every member of the MDA government has flocked together just to get a piece of the power pie. I want to thank the people of Meghalaya. Ask me why? Why? I want to thank each one of you. Because Meghalaya is the only state in the country, only state, I repeat, Meghalaya is the only state in the country which has exposed the unholy nexus of BJP and Congress. Where you have 5 Congress MLAs, 2 BJP MLAs, and NPP MLAs, UDF MLAs in an alliance to rule the state. Unbelievable. Where Congress is supporting BJP, BJP is supporting Congress. NPP is supporting Congress, Congress is supporting BJP. We used to study in childhood in maths, A equals to B, B equals to C, thus A equals to C. The same formula is applicable for Meghalaya. They have exposed themselves. What can be more funnier? A party who talks about taking on BJP, I thank Dr. Sangma, Mr. Pingrop and every MLA who took the decision of quitting the Congress and coming to Trinamool because they realized if we have to take on NPP's might and BJP's vigor, we need a platform and we need a party who has the courage to speak to BJP, to fight with BJP and to take BJP head on. Friends, I will request each one of you, shun the fair weather friends. Show them their place. Like sun rises from the east, This time, the democratic sun has to rise from the east, and it has to be northeast. Northeast has given BJP so much in the last 8 years. What has the double engine government given to you? Out of 25 MP Lok Sabha seats, 80% of the seats have been won by BJP or its allies. You gave them an overwhelming mandate. They talk about double engine government. You have a chief minister who is busy attending dinner parties in Delhi when his own state is facing calamity and crisis. What can be more shameful than this? They formed an alliance called MDA, Meghalayan Democratic Alliance. But Conrad Sangma should reframe and rename that acronym MDA as My Development Alliance. If anyone's development has happened in the last 5 years, it is Conrad Sangma's development. In the name of border dispute settlement, Assam, you saw the unprecedented, rather unacceptable move where the current government has surrendered land to the Assam in the name of border dispute settlement. I want to ask the government and Mr. Conrad that as a chief minister, who did you consult? Before making this trade-off, who did you speak to? Did you speak to any single person on the ground? Those who have lived their lives as Meghalayans, who have cherished the hard-brought statehood, are suddenly being made to live as residents of another state. What can be more shameful than this? Residents in border villages have faced brutally from the Assam police. They are facing brutality every now and then. Is this what the people of this great state deserve? A government that has little respect or no respect for its land is not worthy of holding a position in power. All this was done to please the masters in Delhi. Have you seen his body language when he meets the people in Delhi, when he meets the BJP's top brass? He's like this. Meghalayans has to be like this, not this. He's a chief minister who has been elected by the people. You're carrying the aspiration, hope, and respect of 35 odd lakh Meghalayans. Is this how you bow down to BJP leaders? Is this what the people of Meghalaya deserve? Is this what you voted for him? Is this what you expected out of him? If the answer is no, then as we speak, as I address the crowd, as you sit in these chairs, distress, we need every people of the state, every brother and sister who wants to work for the people. This is the platform. Trinamool Congress is the party which is of the people, for the people, by the people. Take out your phones, ring up and get associated with Trinamool Congress now. And in this time of distress, we have to make sure that we stand by every Meghalayans. Relief packages are reaching to them at the right time. We have to make sure, our volunteers have to make sure that we are able to stand by them. Doesn't matter whether the chief minister stand, whether any other minister stand. Between 2019 to 2022, 1,000 cases of brutality against the Christian community were registered in this country. All of it happened under the central government's watch. Sometimes incited by the fringe elements of their own party. Several churches have been vandalized. People preaching the faith have been tormented, and yet no action has been taken to stop this carnage. And Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka, which are again BJP ruled governments, are topping the charts when it comes to crime against Christians. I am putting the facts in public domain. If you think my data is wrong, you file a case against me. I'm challenging you. Let's talk about facts and figures. Several churches have been vandalized in the name of SC/ST upliftment. They're torturing the SC/ST community like anything. And BJP is known to spread venom and hatred wherever it goes. And currently it is also an active member, like I said, of the MDA government, which has eventually all the control behind the scenes. With 2 MLAs, literally, they are controlling the state and they are controlling the life of 35 lakh Meghalayans. 35 lakh Meghalayans has to control the BJP leaders in Delhi, not the other way around. The fight is not for 2023, the fight is also for 2024. You have to give them reply in the language they understand. How many times you saw the PM after election stepped into Meghalaya and stand by you? 0. How many times did the Home Minister come to Meghalaya after elections to stand by you? 0. Again during elections, you will see all the ringleaders together in one stage trying to misguide the people of Meghalaya. Don't get into their trap. If you have to, like in COVID times, when the vaccine was started, we all took Covishield vaccine, right? To make sure that Corona doesn't come and hit us. So if Corona is the virus, Covishield is the vaccine. So if NPP is the virus, Trinamool is the vaccine. Let them bring their entire might, put their entire weight behind the unit in Meghalaya and behind Conrad Sangma. I promise you, Trinamool will fight till the last drop of his blood, but will not surrender before the people in power in Delhi. We are ready to bow down before the power of the people, not before the people in the power. This is the difference. And our elected government, who has been elected by the people, is being reduced to a mere puppet in the hands of BJP, who is drawing the strings, sitting in Delhi. Meghalaya cannot be governed from Delhi or Gujarat. It has to be governed from Meghalaya, like I said. And All India Trinamool Congress is a party. It's a national party, but with regional ethos. We believe in upholding the culture and values of this great land. Trinamool Congress is a platform which will be strengthened by the people of the state and for the people of the state. Meghalaya will be governed by those who come from the grassroots of the state and democratically elected by the voters of Meghalaya. Trinamool Congress has been standing by the people of this state in this time of calamity. Our leaders have been making every effort to reach out to the flood-affected victims on daily basis. We have been working tirelessly to ensure that the relief material reaches people on time without fail. And our prayers are with every victims. We wish them strength in these difficult times. And Trinamool has only come to Meghalaya with a mission to usher in a new dawn for a prosperous future for the people of Meghalaya. We wish to empower the people of the state by reclaiming their rights that have been neglected and denied by the current government. We aim to uphold the ethnic cultures and traditions of the state that are crucial to its identity and have been persistently pushed to oblivion by the incumbent government. Double robbery. Double engine government means no one will arrest no one. The central government can steal as much resource from Meghalaya they want. The Meghalaya police will not hold them accountable. And Conrad Sangma can do whatever he wants. The ADCBI will not harass him. This is double heist. We have to give a befitting reply to these people who has cheated us. And we have to show them their place. We elected them with hopes in our heart and optimism in our mind. And Conrad Sangma eventually became Conman Sangma. So I will tell you, if you have minimum dignity, self-respect left with yourself, stop behaving like a puppet. Stop behaving like a puppet of a state which has 35 lakh people who chose you as their elected representative to represent them at the world stage and at the national platform. In the next 6 months, I will come n number of times. If you want me to come here every fortnight, I'll be here, I assure you. Wherever you want me to go, I will go. I will put my entire might and weight behind each one of you sitting here. And Trinamool Congress as a party will put its entire weight behind the state unit. But each one of you has to make a commitment, has to make a promise to yourself that in 2023,
it's not the first time that I have had the privilege of coming together to speak to each other in similar kind of political meeting like today. But it was different. It was when I shared the podium with friends and colleagues when we were in Indian National Congress. With the same commitment and resolve to serve our beloved people, the state, and this great nation of ours. But today, by choice and not by default, we have gathered here to accomplish the same vision and mission as members of a new political family, a new political parivar, a political party, the All India Trinamool Congress, which with utmost sense of commitment, dedication, and sincerity have taken a vow to fight for core human values, equality and justice under the committed and selfless leadership of none other than our All India Trinamool Congress chairperson, Srimati Mamata Banerjee, whom we, in true reflection of our rich culture and tradition, fondly and with great respect address as Didi, Mamata Didi. I have been privileged to know and admire her while she herself was in the Indian National Congress, giving everything she could to fight all the hostile political forces in her selfless pursuit to liberate the people and serve the people of West Bengal, until she realized that struggling with the Indian National Congress in futility will be equivalent to surrendering to the forces she was fighting against, and therefore will be a big letdown of the people she had promised to protect and serve, and therefore left Indian National Congress and embarked upon a new but challenging journey of organizing a new political party, All India Trinamool Congress, and bringing new hope, new opportunity, and now new alternative for not only the people of West Bengal, but also for the people across this great country. Friends, ours is a mission of serving our people, our beloved Jagdanriu, with utmost sense of commitment, sincerity, love and compassion. Protecting and preserving core human values of selflessness, equality and justice, with a vision of building a state which is self-sustaining, inclusive, secure, progressive and prosperous, capable of upholding multiple and sustainable opportunities, and a secured future for all our people. Yes, multiple and sustainable opportunities for our youth, who are nurturing their respective dreams and aspirations, for the highly educated and qualified professionals, and to the struggling youth and the college and school dropouts, and a secure future for women, the mothers, the single mothers, the street vendors, the people with disabilities, the daily wage earners, the skilled and unskilled workforce, the poor, the middle class, the entrepreneurs, the businessmen, and the industrialists, and people who work day and night as employees of the government. Yes, our vision revolves around building a strong, self-sustaining, inclusive, progressive, and prosperous Meghalaya capable of contributing in making India great, where every individual can have a sense of well-being, empowering everyone to be able to love and serve one another. But to realize this shared mission and vision, we must come together, unite people together to fight against the powers that be in the true spirit of our vibrant democracy. It is not for the sake of power struggle amongst the political parties, but to save the state from disastrous future due to the inept, short-sighted, and corrupt government. It has become a necessity and calls for all the people who uphold the core human values of selflessness, love, and equality, and justice. Let us come together. While the selfless leaders, the employees, the people in the past and the preceding years have given their blood, toil, tears, and sweat to bring the state thus far and set a new benchmark of development, prosperity, and progress and prosperity, the present incumbent government has derailed the whole momentum of growth and development. The name and reputation of our beautiful state, to our great discomfort and shame, has taken a beating. Under the present dispensation, the state has become infamous for all the wrong reasons, for all the wrong things, for the alleged irregularities, corruption, scams, too many to mention here. The insensitivity that we see in the attitude of the government, the constant denial mode to all those issues which have been brought before the government is a reflection of their complicity in the whole alleged irregularities and corruption. Robbing the state of its state's scarce resources with well-orchestrated modus operandi, denying the salary of employees their dues, forcing our teachers to run from pillars to posts, to the extent of resorting to agitation, displacing and depriving our local entrepreneurs by bringing and monopolizing selective outsiders, thereby dislocating their whole career path as entrepreneurs, denying the youth, the job seekers, their deserving jobs, and thereby robbing them of what is due for the youth. How many thousands of jobs are lying vacant, and the refusal of the government to provide that opportunity for the youth to take advantage of those vacancies. Forget about new creation of jobs, but we are talking about the denial of the government to give the job opportunities to the youth by filling up those thousands of vacancies. Is it not the robbing of the youth of the state? Our state, this beautiful abode of clouds, often referred as patch of green and shining